welcome to the Heart of New Jersey podcast. I'm Kira, your host, and alongside me today we have Kim from Bellemara. Welcome.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here. A little later on we're going to get into some fun holiday cocktail mixes, so looking forward to that. Do you want to give our viewers a little overview of Bellemara and you and how you got started here?
Yeah, absolutely. So we are coming up on 4 years old in December, so that's exciting.
Yeah.
We are New Jersey's only single malt distillery.
Okay.
And what that means is that we make all of our products from malted barley, and we make 100% of it here in-house. So we're not bringing anything in.
What does single malt mean? Because does that have anything to do with distilling?
It does. Yeah.
Okay.
It's essentially it talks about the type of ingredients we use and the way we distill it.
Gotcha.
So yeah, so essentially means we only use malt and we actually distill it here instead of like buying in bits and pieces and putting it together into a product. We make everything from scratch.
Okay. Cool.
But yeah, so we are mostly focused on American single malt whiskeys, but we are pairing our distillery with a high-end craft cocktail experience. Because of where we are, New Jersey, and the rules here, we only use our distilled products in the cocktails. So unlike a normal bar or restaurant where you can order essentially anything made anywhere, here, every drop of alcohol in this building was distilled right here.
You can see it right here.
All the way down to like our bitters, tinctures, even our vanilla extract. Everything is made in-house. We're completely kind of craft, artisanal that way.
Okay. Where did the name Bellemara come from?
So it translates to beauty of the sea in French and Scottish Gaelic.
Cool.
So I was in the Navy for 7 years in submarines before jumping ship.
Oh,
and,
literally.
And moving on to this project. So it kind of harkens back a little bit to that. I also spent a bunch of time in Scotland getting a degree in brewing and distilling.
You took school in Scotland?
Yeah, so I got out of the Navy.
Okay.
My wife and I got married about 3 months later. Okay. And 2 days after our honeymoon, I moved to Scotland for a year, leaving her here.
Bye.
Yep. And then, I did a master's of brewing and distilling at Heriot-Watt University in Edinburgh. So I lived over there for a year. My thesis project was in distilling Scottish strawberries. Which was fun.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Well, it may not be. There's not much sugar. Available sugar in strawberries is problematic, which makes distilling alcohol hard. Okay. But it did make a very strawberry-like spirit. It was quite nice.
Interesting.
It was fun as a research project. Yeah. I'm not sure how much commercial viability it would have.
Okay. All right. So no one try and steal that idea.
But yeah, and then I came back. When I got back, pretty much started the startup planning for Bellemara. But back to the name, my wife and I took almost a year of happy marital arguing about what the name would be before.
That's a big commitment.
It really was. Well, we were doing the startup span the beginning of COVID.
Okay.
So we were active on finding the right location, everything like that. And then suddenly the world stopped. We weren't able to do anything. So we found this site in spring of 2019.
Okay.
We signed the lease here to start developing this building with the landlord like 2 weeks after my daughter was born.
Oh my gosh,
and
everything all at once.
Everything all at once. So we had a lot of time trapped at home because you couldn't actually do anything right at the beginning of COVID.
Yep.
And we had a giant Excel spreadsheet of just words we liked, words we didn't like, combinations of words. And we were just going back and forth and arguing nonstop. She would come up with something, I'd be like, I hate it. She would say she hates it. And then one day I was just folding laundry and I'm like, oh, what about Bellemara? And I'm like, hey, what about Bellemara? And she's like, I don't hate it. And I'm like, I don't hate it. And here we are.
Like, okay, well, we both don't hate it.
We both don't hate it. It sounds kind of nice.
I like the meaning behind it too. It's
different.
Yeah,
and it actually matters. It actually means something.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's
awesome.
where it came from.
Were you always interested in getting into this business?
I was always interested in opening my own business, and I was
very entrepreneurial.
Very interested in beverage manufacturing.
Okay.
So I was doing, during the times I wasn't underwater with the submarines, I was doing a lot of home brewing and things like that.
Okay.
So a lot with fermenting, a lot with malted barley, which is one reason we're a single malt distillery, is what I know. But my original thought was to open a brewery because my timeline lined up more with when New Jersey breweries were taking off rather than New Jersey distilleries. So it was actually when I was over in Scotland that I learned more about the distilling process. I'd always very much enjoyed Scotch and bourbons and whiskeys and things like that, but I hadn't really thought about opening a business around that, mostly because at the time there were maybe 2 New Jersey distilleries.
Oh, well, that's what makes you guys
and maybe
unique.
20 New Jersey breweries, whereas now
Yeah.
there's 150 New Jersey breweries and
Exactly.
35 distilleries. But while I was over there, I'm like, oh, you get to do all the same processing you do in brewing, but then you get to do all this other fun stuff with the stills themselves. So for me, because it was a lot of it's behind the science and the process and the engineering, I'm like, oh, it's even better.
You're
So-
like, great, more things for me to play with.
Well, I was over there, I just updated all my business models to distilling and really dove straight into that.
That's awesome. That's really cool. That's so different. I feel like, especially doing like school in Scotland, and like bringing your experience here now, like that's crazy.
There's no better place to learn how to distill single malts
I didn't
than
even
in
know
Scotland.
that was like an
So-
option. You could take school.
Well,
on
a lot
that.
of people didn't, and at the time
Yeah.
it was the only English-speaking, actually like
was gonna say,
accredited
do you
master's degree.
speak just
Scottish Gaelic? No.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I can barely understand it, but I did
you
survive.
lived there for a year.
I lived there for a
Okay.
year, and I had actually during my undergrad I had done a study abroad for a semester.
Okay.
So I was familiar with the country.
Yeah.
Scotland's a great place. It's a great place
I've
to
never
visit.
been. Definitely
You should
want to
definitely
go.
go.
Yeah,
Yep.
definitely. Do you want to talk a little bit about special releases, some upcoming events you guys have?
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll start with some of the products.
Yeah.
So as I said, our biggest focus is on American single malt whiskey, and some of these bottles here in front of us are our whiskeys. So we have our flagship here, which is kind of this is our workhorse whiskey. It goes in all our whiskey cocktails. We usually have this one on the shelf all the time. So not necessarily a special release, but it is here, and it is whiskey.
And these bottles are amazing. I love
thank
the
you.
design of them.
And then we have 2 whiskeys which are more special release. So we have a
Okay.
peated single malt whiskey.
What does that mean?
So peating is when you get a smoky flavor into the whiskey.
So kind of like, what is the smoky tequila?
Mezcal?
Yes.
Kind of
like that, but in a whiskey?
Sort of. Slightly different
Okay.
procedure, but like the same idea for like getting smoke into a drink.
Okay.
But the peat we use, so the way it's done is when you dry malt, I don't want to get too technical, but malt, is the base for everything we make, everything we make in Scotland. You have to essentially let it begin to sprout, germinate, and then you have to dry it out. And that drying process is done with hot air, right? So historically, you could make hot air with burning wood or burning peat moss. And in Scotland, because all the wood had been harvested for the British Empire's sailing fleet, they burned peat moss, and that imparted that smoky, almost, it sounds terrible, mud-like flavor to the peat. I mean, it doesn't sound good, but it is delicious.
I know, I'm like mud flavored.
Yeah, in a good way, in the best way possible. So the peat we use, we actually get the malt from Scotland.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's the same kind of peated malt they use there. We
Cool.
get that here and we work it through our system. And so that peat is in it through the entire time from mashing all the way to distilling, and then it just kind of, the flavors mature and all that stuff in the barrels.
Interesting.
And then our actually just released about a week ago, this is a cask strength whiskey.
Oh.
So the biggest difference between this and our regular whiskey is that our regular whiskey, we add water to proof it down from about 120 proof, so that's 60% alcohol. Oh, we'll be
Okay.
drinking this later, don't worry. And then down to what is in our current bottle is 88 proof, so
Okay.
44%. That makes it a lot more drinkable for most people. It
Yeah.
mixes better in cocktails at a lower proof.
Okay.
But because you're adding water, you not only reduce alcohol, but you dilute flavor, right?
Yeah.
So in our cask strength release, this is exactly the way it came out of the barrel. We've
Wow.
added no water to it at all.
It's a lot darker.
It's
you could
darker
tell.
because it hasn't been diluted, and it's
Yeah.
much more flavorful. So for people who are super into whiskeys, they tend to gravitate towards higher proof because you're getting more of that kind of natural
Yeah.
wood flavor.
How long are they in the cask barrel?
So it varies. So because we're coming up on 4 years old,
Yeah.
the oldest whiskeys we have in barrel right now are just over 3 years old.
Okay.
The current ones we have bottled are generally between 18 months and 2 years.
Gotcha.
Over
Okay.
time, as we get older, our whiskeys will get older.
Yeah.
Right. So we have a certain number of barrels right now laid away, right around 100.
Okay.
The average age of those is maybe 2 years.
Okay.
So right now the average age of our
Yeah.
harvested whiskey is maybe around 2 years.
Okay.
In 2 more years,
Does it
it'll be
taste
3
better
years,
the
and then on
longer
and on
it's
and on.
in?
So yes and no. So it changes. It doesn't necessarily change for the better or worse.
Okay.
But aging time in casks is important because it does drastically change the flavor.
Yeah.
Right? So you need something that's been in there long enough to extract all the oak and vanilla flavors from the cask.
Okay.
And for some of the raw alcohol notes to dissipate.
Okay.
So it does need a certain amount of time. So we don't release anything that's less than a year old.
Gotcha.
And now that's more like 18 months.
Yeah.
once you get, especially for American single malt, which is a very particular type of whiskey, because we use new charred casks, so our oak barrels are unused, and they're burnt on the inside. So what you do is you get a whole lot of color and flavor extraction very quickly. So all this dark color that you noticed, like it'll be this color within 3 months of being in the barrel.
Oh, wow.
Like that's it. So
like that's how dark it's gonna get.
Right.
Yeah.
And then it's all about flavor development. So the longer it's in the cask, the more flavor you develop. Whether that's good flavor or bad flavor very much depends on what went into the cask and the cask itself and the environment it's aging in. For American single malt, it looks like the target is going to be maybe a 3 or 4 year for our flagship whiskey, and maybe we'll do specialty releases from 6 to 8 years old. Now, we're not going to get there until we're 10, 12, 15 years old because that's just how whiskey stocks work. But that's why, the same as like with bourbon, you see a lot of like 6 and 8 year bourbons. You don't see very many 18-year-old bourbons. You see a lot of 16, 18, 20-year-old scotches. Because scotch is aged in used barrels. So kind of like a used tea bag or a new tea bag. I always wondered what the difference at a different rate.
That was. Interesting. So, and then over here we have.
So here we have 2 of our other products. So we have a few gins. We have a club gin, our single malt gin, and our single malt tropical gin.
That sounds interesting. What makes it tropical?
So we use mango and pineapple pulp. In the distillation process. And we get that mango and pineapple pulp from our bar program. So when we use mango juice and pineapple juice in our cocktails, because everything's made fresh, we literally have mangoes and pineapples that we're turning into juice, we're left with a whole bunch of pulp. And we dehydrate it into a fruit leather, and then we add it back into the distillation process to get that flavor into the spirit.
So you guys are sustainable as well.
We're
pretty much
we recycle internally a lot. So that's what kind of makes it tropical. So it's not a flavored gin. So you're not going to drink it and be like, oh, it tastes like pineapples. You're going to be like, oh, it does have tropical fruit notes in it.
Which is so weird because I typically do not like gin at all. And the gin drinks that you guys have here are like, I'm like, this isn't gin. Like, I don't know what it is. It's so good. It's so smooth.
It's different than a lot of gins on the shelf. And that's because we use that same malted barley base in our gins as we do in our whiskeys.
It's so good.
So most gins that you're going to buy out and about are made from what's called a neutral spirit. So it's essentially something that's been distilled so it has no flavor.
I feel like
you distill it to extract
the gins in like a liquor store that you just grab, like they taste like cardboard. I'm like, this tastes delicious.
Well, good. I'm glad you like
it. So good. So highly recommend.
So we've got 3 gins, and our gin portfolio kind of varies through the year depending on what we want to do and little projects we're working on. But the other major workhorse we have behind the bar is our single malt spirit. So this was the first product we ever released. This is essentially the liquid that would go into a barrel. Right? So we distill it the same way. The only difference is instead of putting it into a barrel, we will carbon filter it, just like you would carbon filter a vodka, and then proof it down. So that carbon filtration process takes a lot of the harsh new alcohol flavor out. So what you're left with is very like smooth and fruity just spirit. It's called single malt spirit.
I was going to say, so it's not like a vodka, it's not a gin.
It's not a vodka, it's not a gin. So we had to call it something because the federal government regulates what goes on these labels. So we decided to call it single malt spirit because that's the most descriptive for what it actually is. And so that's the closest thing we make to vodka here.
And we're going to make drinks with this?
We're going to make drinks with that,
I'm curious
with
as to what you can mix with that.
Well, almost anything because it works just like a vodka and it's got slightly fruity flavors. So if you think about almost any vodka cocktail,
like you can use that
works
instead.
great. So that is the workhorse behind the bar. It's also the base of a lot of our liqueurs and tinctures and bitters. Like that's kind of our alcohol that we use to extract things.
Cool.
And then we have a range of other products, especially around the holidays. These become very popular. We have a whole set of liqueurs.
Ooh.
So I mentioned earlier, we only are able to use alcohol we actually make here. And that includes things we are mixing with the cocktails, right? So if you think about triple sec, limoncellos, amaros, vermouths, all these things, we have to make our own everything.
Do you sell that?
We do, so our coffee liqueur is incredibly popular, especially around the holidays. This is a good winter drink. This is coffee, cardamom, sugar, and then our single malt spirit. It also goes into our espresso martinis.
I was going to say espresso martini.
And then we have 6 other liqueurs that we use behind the bar and have in these bottles. And then we also have bottled cocktails, which especially around the holidays, like talk about something great to bring to a party. These are ready to drink bottled cocktails. So this one's an old fashioned. We also have a Manhattan and a Negroni.
Oh, cool.
And these you just keep in the fridge.
And you don't even have to mix that with
You
anything.
don't have to do a thing.
It's already
Yep.
good to go.
Keep it in the fridge or the freezer. You pour
And
it
I
over
love the
ice,
bottles.
and
I
out
was
it
saying
comes.
that before we started. I love the shape of those bottles. It's just like, I don't know. I feel like that's a great gift to bring somebody.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I feel like instead of bringing a
definitely.
bottle of wine, you bring a bottle of one of these, and people
Yeah.
will be even happier. So.
Yes, definitely. What are some of your like holiday traditions around Bellemara? Like, what do you guys?
So the biggest thing we do over Christmas and
Yeah.
around the holidays, I mean, you probably saw it as you walked in, we put up that winter igloo that's on the front patio.
It looks really cozy.
It's a lot of fun, yeah. So that is it's bookable online.
Okay.
Seats up to 6 people,
Wow.
and we usually start it right around this time, kind of leading into Thanksgiving, and it stays up through usually kind of mid to late February.
Is there any like additional costs to like booking that?
No, it's just it's a $25 deposit that as long as you don't break it, you get back, and then no, you just show up and go.
Cool.
Yeah,
That's a fun thing
And-
to do with your friends, especially
Yes,
during the holidays.
exactly.
Yeah. Like I know a spot.
Yep, and it's got blankets, it's got a little heater. It usually stays at least 55, 60 degrees, even when it's super cold out.
Yeah.
So that's a fun thing we do every year. We also, of course, we decorate the space up, so we
Yep.
put Christmas lights up everywhere, garlands everywhere. We've
Yeah.
got Christmas wreaths, everything like that, and we release a new set of holiday cocktails, right? So which we're gonna try some of. Don't worry.
I was gonna say, can we get a sneak peek?
Yeah, but our seasonal menu, which we just started a couple weeks ago, this is now our holiday menu. And we have everything from chai drinks
gosh,
to
yum.
cranberry, and then we have a peppermintini, which is literally like
I'm sure people go crazy.
Oh, that
over
one's great.
Yeah.
We make a white chocolate liqueur,
Yum.
and then we actually make a peppermint syrup by literally taking candy canes,
Oh my gosh.
simmering them down into a syrup, so that you get all
Yum.
that, and then you mix the two together, and it literally tastes like you're drinking a candy cane.
That sounds delicious.
Super fun cocktail. And then one of the kind of the strangest kind of out of the box ones we're doing right now is a duck l'orange old fashioned, which we're gonna try downstairs.
Okay. All right.
And that has we actually do a fat wash on our whiskey. So a fat wash is when you literally take fat, in this case duck fat.
Oh.
Yep. Yeah, the actual fat.
I'm like,
You mix it right in with the whiskey,
Okay.
and then you let it settle out. And what happens is all the fat comes back out because it floats, but
Okay.
it leaves behind the flavor. So now we have
Is it a
duck flavored
good
whiskey. Do
flavor?
you like duck?
I've only had it once, so it was fine.
Yeah, there you go. So it's fine. But if you like duck, it's delicious. If you like whiskey and you like
I'm
duck,
like, is
it's
it
amazing.
gonna taste like savory?
You get a little bit of kind of a savory mouthfeel.
Okay.
But it's a subtle flavor.
We'll see. We'll see in a little bit.
We'll see what happens. But that's fun because it's kind of like a holiday duck dinner in a drink.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
yeah, and then of course we have hot cocktails as well. We bring back every winter.
But do you guys do a hot toddy?
We do. There's not one on right now. It's probably coming in January.
Okay.
But yes, we
I
do.
love a hot
We usually do a hot toddy. I think last year we did a blood orange hot toddy.
Oh my gosh,
Which was
yeah.
quite a lot of fun. Right now we have a hot buttered barley, which is
Oh.
like drinking a hot sugar cookie. Mexican hot chocolate, so a slightly spicy hot chocolate.
Okay.
We have a hot mulled cider because
Yum, mulled
cider.
cider,
And then
yeah.
not hot but frozen, we do a coquito.
Oh.
So we have a frozen coquito as well.
Okay.
So these are all kind of drinks we've done over the holidays that people look forward to every year and
Nice.
come back. So
Well, I'm definitely excited to try some of these, and yeah, thank you.
of course.
Hi Faye, welcome. We are going to make some holiday cocktails today. I'm super excited. Can you give our viewers a list or what we're going to be making today?
Yeah, so today we're going to be focusing on some of our holiday special cocktails. So we'll be doing a duck fat washed old fashioned,
Yes.
a cranberry gin and tonic, and a chai espresso martini.
Yum. Okay, I'm very excited.
Is there any?
I'm a little scared for the duck, but
Oh, it's super tasty. It adds this nice silkiness. It's a little bit savory. It's perfect for this time of year.
okay, cool. I'm excited. All right,
What do
cool.
you want to start with?
Let's go right into it and do the duck.
Okay,
Let's do
perfect.
the duck.
So this is an old fashioned, so we're gonna
Okay.
mix this one. We're gonna use a 1/4 ounce Demerara. This is just a type of coarse cut brown sugar that has a lot of molasses in it, so it gives a nice rich flavor.
Yum.
And then we're gonna go in with 2 ounces of our duck fat washed whiskey. So for this, we take duck fat, we mix it into our whiskey, and we freeze it for about a day to infuse all that flavor.
Huh.
And then we're gonna add a dash of orange bitters.
And you guys make all these bitters and syrups yourself, right?
Everything's
Yep.
made in-house, yeah. And a dash of sage bitters.
Sage bitters. How do you make something like that?
So for this, we take fresh sage and we infuse it in our single malt spirit, just to get all that nice, like herbal.
So it is multi-purpose.
Yeah, we use it for everything. We're going to
Stir, don't shake.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Now we're just going to strain this over a big ice cube. And now something we do here at Bellemara is we stamp our ice cubes with our logo.
Okay.
So I'm just going to do that.
Nice.
And there we go.
I'm scared to try it.
It's so good. It's so good. If you like old fashions, this is a nice savory riff on
Well, it smells delicious. That's for sure. And does the fat separate? It just stays. Like
so
you don't have to like mix it.
No, so with fat washing, because you freeze your alcohol and fat together, because the temperature is so cold, the fat rises to the top and your alcohol is underneath.
Oh.
Yeah, so we can pull the fat out, strain it, and then we get the flavored alcohol.
Interesting. Okay. Here goes nothing. Ooh.
Right, you see how it's like a little bit richer, a little bit silky?
I was gonna say silky is definitely the word for that.
Yeah, that's from the duck fat itself.
Oh my gosh.
And then you get that little bit like savory umami-ness. Part of that's from the duck, part of that's from the sage.
That's delicious. Yeah, you could taste like all the flavors coming together. It tastes like Christmas.
Perfect.
I love it.
That's the goal.
I love it.
Cool.
Okay.
All right, let's
Our next one. Yes.
Okay, so next we're gonna do our chai espresso martini. We're gonna start with an ounce of our chai syrup. We make this in-house using whole leaf chai tea.
I love chai.
So it's gonna be like a dirty chai. That's the inspiration. So we're gonna go in with the chai syrup. And then we're gonna do an ounce of our coffee liqueur. Our coffee liqueur features a light note of cardamom, so that pairs perfectly with the chai.
Yum.
We're gonna go in with an ounce and a half of our single malt spirit. And then we're gonna add an espresso infused aquafaba.
Oh.
Aquafaba is chickpea brine, so it's a vegan foam alternative, and it just creates a really nice foam on top.
Interesting.
So I'm gonna shake this with ice, and then we're gonna go into a chilled stemmed glass.
Can I shake it?
Yeah, of course.
I'm like, I feel so compelled.
No, my favorite part of an espresso martini is the foam on top.
Yeah.
So I just like to make sure that we get a good shake in there to get that. So I'm gonna double strain to get all those ice crystals out, and then in just a minute that foam will settle out.
That looks delicious. And I love that the glass is chilled too.
Oh yeah.
That makes it so much better.
Okay, we're gonna dust this with some cinnamon on top.
Oh, cute. Oh my gosh. I love it.
Yeah, and I can give that one a try. Yeah, think dirty chai latte.
Okay, and I love chai and I love coffee, so.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like really good.
Yeah. I love that the chai really comes through.
I was gonna say,
you
you
get the
really
cardamom
taste
from the
the
coffee.
chai, yeah.
And the coffee's underneath to lift everything, but it's not too heavy, and you get that nice foam on top too.
And the cinnamon on top just really tops it off.
Yeah.
I could just drink that all day.
Perfect.
Every
Yeah,
day.
it's how I like to get my day started. And then
Started, yes.
Yeah.
And end it too.
Yeah.
All right, so we're on to our final
tonic.
cocktail, yes. But this is not just any gin and tonic.
That was the cranberry gin and tonic.
Yes.
So for this, we're gonna start in one of our Spanish-style goblet glasses. We're gonna go in with our garnishes first.
Okay.
So I'm gonna pop over this way. We're just gonna take some fresh orange slices and then go in with some fresh cranberries. We're gonna go in with a cranberry syrup. We make this from cranberries that we boil down ourselves. So somewhere between cranberry juice and like cranberry jelly, somewhere between there.
Okay.
So we get a rich, deep cranberry flavor. And then cranberry and orange are the perfect pairing. So we're gonna go in with some fresh squeezed orange juice. Yum. And then we're gonna go in with our single malt gin. This is similar to a London dry style. So the herbal citrus tones from the juniper are gonna pair perfectly with the cranberry and the orange.
Interesting.
We make everything in-house. We make our own tonic water and our own club soda. So
literally everything in
our house made
everything.
tonic.
Do you also grow these oranges and everything out back?
Oh my God, I wish, but New Jersey climate. Just gonna add some ice cubes.
This looks really refreshing.
Oh yeah, it's the best. It's a really nice spritzy, bubbly kind of drink.
Yeah.
Put her right on top, and then I like to garnish with some rosemary too. I really like to torch the rosemary.
The smell of that is probably my favorite.
Yeah, rosemary is super aromatic when you cook it, so just by torching it real quick and applying some heat, it gets all those nice oils out.
I'm not gonna lie, I've done that a couple times with some of my drinks,
Yeah.
but like I wait till it like catches on fire. So like you probably shouldn't do that. I'm like, ooh,
There's a time
fire.
and place for smoky. Not quite
This is not
one.
it.
Yeah.
All
Let me know what you
right.
think.
Let's see. It's gorgeous. I feel like I need like a close up of this. Amazing.
Yeah.
And I was just saying to Cam before that like I love your gin
Oh, thank you.
because it doesn't taste like a normal gin. I don't like normal gin.
Okay.
Like I don't know if that makes sense.
No, I get it.
I always say it has like a cardboard flavor to it. Not that I'm like eating cardboard, but
Yeah. No, I get it. Juniper is so specific. So by being able to develop our recipe with other botanicals to help balance out the juniper.
It totally does, yeah.
And then by making all the ingredients fresh in the bar, we're really able to
it makes such a
play
difference.
with sour gin taste. So that we can make really
This
good
is like
things
the
with it.
perfect refreshing drink. The espresso martini is like your wake up drink, and the old fashioned's like a end the night kind of drink.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like that's how you should drink these.
That's the order.
In that
I would
order,
say.
yes.
Yeah.
Well, this was amazing. Thank you so much. Do you have like a favorite cocktail of yours, like right now or in general?
It depends.
Or one
on
that's coming
my
out soon that you can
mood.
kind of tease?
I love our coquito. This is like the perfect time of
we
year
were
for
talking about
coquito.
that.
Yeah, and
and it's
do
frozen, right?
Yes, exactly. So it's a slushy version.
That sounds delish.
Yeah, that one's my favorite.
Yeah. Okay. So, in addition to all of these cocktails that we tried, also come back and try that, the frozen one. And thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks so much for coming.
Thanks.
Hope you guys had a great time.
All right, Cam, well, thank you so much for having us today. This was an amazing experience. I'm so glad we were able to come here and try all of the new drinks.
Of course.
And for anybody who's interested in visiting, when are your hours open? Where can they find you? Social media, whatnot?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So we are open 6 days a week, so Tuesday through Sunday.
Okay.
During the week, so Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it's 5 to 10, Fridays 4 to 11, Saturdays 2 to 11, and Sundays 2 to 8.
Okay.
We do a trivia night every Thursday at
Ooh.
6:30, which is fun.
Okay.
We do recommend, if you're planning on coming, that you make a reservation. We're right on Open Table,
Okay.
just
Nice
because
and easy.
especially Friday and Saturdays.
It fills up quick.
It fills up
Yes.
quick because we only do seated service here. We don't
Okay.
do like pack it in standing room. So
Yeah.
the reservations just make everything better.
Yeah.
We also do private events and everything like that. There's lots of information about that on the website. The Igloo can be booked right through
What's
the
the
website.
website?
It's Bellemaradistillery.com.
Perfect.
Our Instagram, Facebook, we keep up to date with our new cocktail releases. It's just Bellemara Distillery on everything, all one word.
Cool.
Yeah, and you can find us, the Google works very well to
It does.
find us.
It does.
But a couple other big things we have coming up. The weekends of, I believe it's the 13th and 14th, and the 20th and 21st of December is the annual large Christmas market here on the site.
Which we're very excited for.
That's going to be quite a lot of fun.
Yes.
That's 30 to 40 vendors. There's a kids
Yeah.
zone. Santa will be here. There'll be dancers, music, all sorts
Lots
of
of
fun stuff.
things.
It'll be great.
Yeah.
We do free tastings again during that.
Last year you had that guy from the Impractical Jokers come,
Yes,
right?
yes, that's right. He was out
That's
here
cool, yeah.
repping his wife's candle company, I
Yep.
believe. So, so yeah, lots of good stuff going on in the Kringle Market.
Cool.
It is, I believe, it's $10 per car to park. So just make sure
Which is like nothing.
carpool
Pack-
if possible.
yeah, pack the car.
And that all goes to the overhead incurred by actually putting on an event that size.
Cool.
So that's pays our security
Yeah.
and everything like that.
Yep, all that fun
all
stuff.
the fun stuff. So, but yeah, that's the 2 weekends, both Saturday and Sunday. Each of those weekends, definitely a good thing. And then we have extended hours all through the holiday weeks.
Cool.
So definitely.
And then you guys have food trucks
check.
on the weekends.
Yeah, food trucks are
Right?
usually
Yep.
usually Friday, Saturday, Sunday. There's a separate website for that has the whole food truck schedule.
Okay.
That's linked through our website. So you can always click on that and see who's going to be here. And then even if there's not a food truck, we actually work with a local restaurant. They have a menu that's always on the table that you can QR code order from.
I did just see that on your.
And they
that's
deliver
awesome.
within about 30 to 40 minutes. It's Roman Gourmet, another Hillsborough
Yeah.
restaurant here. They do a nice variety of food for us too.
That's awesome.
So there's always ways to get food here. And
Yes.
you can always bring your own as
Yeah.
well. So.
I love bringing my own. I love being able to have the different options, and I have my friends that go out to get the food truck, and then
Right.
now you guys have plenty of options here for everybody.
Yep.
So awesome. Well, thank you so much, and happy holidays to all of our listeners.